It's kind of a sad day because this is the last Limit Theory development update that will be a perfect power of 2. Because this is number 16. So it's bittersweet. Like it's happy, but it's kind of sad at the same time. Anyway, enough mathematical shenanigans. Welcome to the April 2014 development update for Limit Theory. I'm happy that you're joining me because it's going to be a good month. Well, it was a good month. It's going to be a good video. It's going to be a nice experience here as we check out how the LT universe has evolved in 1 month's time. So before I begin, I have to do 2 mandatory apologies because I love apologizing. Number 1, I'm using a new video capture technique and I'm not positive that the quality is going to be up to spec with the last one. I tried my hardest. I'm hoping that it's going to be as good as possible, but if I messed up, I will correct it, I promise. But I'm basically capturing now using my native Linux client, which is actually the version of LT that I develop on. Previously I was using Windows and it's annoying. So, second apology. I did turn off collision again because performance-wise I'm not ready to support hundreds of NPCs in the same system. That is going to be a performance challenge that I'm going to have to tackle. I just haven't tackled it yet, but it'll come. Anyway, that's enough apologizing. It came to my attention that last month I completely forgot to mention graphics. Well, I didn't really forget because I didn't work on graphics last month. This month, I will not leave you thirsting for graphics because I did indeed get some graphics done this month. So again, let's do what we always do. We got to start with graphics. It's a tradition. So this month in terms of graphics, I hope as you're already seeing, what I tried to do is basically just work a little bit on everything. I touched pretty much all of the graphics, from the asteroids to the metal to the planets, atmospheres, the stars, even the nebulas in the background. I just kind of tried to up the ante one more time to get LT to the quality that we want it to be. I'm very pleased with the results. Your mileage may vary, but I hope you like them too. It's probably not the end in terms of graphics, but I would say we're darn near it. I'm very pleased with this look. But, of course, that was not the primary focus of this month. Because, as you know, last month we saw some very exciting developments, at least exciting to me, exciting to a few people, in terms of the large-scale AI operations, finally seeing NPCs setting up shop in a system and doing big things in big quantities. We also saw the emergence of a dynamic marketplace where NPCs could basically trade their goods for what they were worth, and the market would automatically, ideally, equilibrate to the true value of that good in the system. This month we're going to see those 2 themes once again expanded upon. We're also going to see some more exciting stuff in terms of UI and even the player's interaction with that macro level. So, let's begin. We're in a system where mining is, of course, the primary activity. We're focusing on mining right now because mining is where everything starts. That's the source of raw materials in the universe. Along with mining, we now have piracy in the same system because mining attracts piracy. Anything that involves ships carrying valuable goods attracts piracy. So there are going to be some pirates and there are going to be some miners in this system, and they're going to be creating this kind of dynamic equilibrium, just like we saw in the last update with traders and miners. This time it's going to be pirates and miners. So I'm going to fly around and just kind of look at this graphical goodness. I really enjoy just watching the NPCs mine. As you can see, they're now actually using real transfer units. They're using the real game logic. Last time I had the economy kind of sped up and they were, kind of hacked so that we could see things happen quickly. Now they're using the exact same methodology that the player has to use to get ore out of an asteroid. So we're seeing these transfer beams, the same game logic applies, and they're basically having to find the hot spots on asteroids. Now they're doing so blindly. They're not using probes like I showed in number 14. That's probably going to come later. But for now, blind mining works just fine. It's a little bit slower, but it works. So we're seeing, again, there are over 100 NPCs in this system, and a lot of them are mining. Now I want to show the interface because I worked a lot on the visuals of the interface, just trying to make it more clear, more intuitive, and I'm very pleased with what I have right now. As you know, if you've watched the previous dev updates, we have this thing called a nodal interface, which is actually really cool. And now I think I've really nailed the visual style that I want for that interface. So I'm going to pull up my own personal interface here. This is like the interface for me as a person. I've named myself Jean-Luc Picard because, of course, what could be a better name for a captain? Respect where respect is due, right? So I can see a few things. I can see my assets, and if I drill down in there, I'll see all the ships and stations that I own. I can see my projects, which we'll talk about in a minute. I can see a little DevTools widget, which is for me as a developer, and I can see the things in my inventory. We will revisit this soon. But the visual style has come a long way, as I hope you noticed from the last update. So there's a lot of time spent on that. Now, it's time to talk about projects. So last time I was talking about how NPCs are basically setting up these operations, you know, like mining, and they're gonna try to figure out what the good operations in any system to do are. So what I've just done is I've drilled into a projects interface for an NPC. I've given myself the ability to view their projects. These are basically things where the NPC says, hey, I think mining is a good thing to do in the system, so I'm going to create a project for mining, and I'm going to allocate some of my ships to it. Note that NPCs, like the player, can own as many ships as they want, and they're going to try to make a profit. So I've just drilled into the metrics, which is like stats for your project. This is very basic still. The project interface has a long way to go, but it's just trying to expose some of the data that already exists. You can see this guy has already made 403,000 in the time that we've been talking. Not bad. That's because he has so many ships. He has a lot of ships, and they're all mining. So this interface is going to be the cornerstone of high-level gameplay. There's a real tough question when it comes to a game like Limit Theory where, you know, there's this really fine level of detail. You're one person in a ship, you can literally aim your turrets and fire. At the same time, we want you to be able to manage an entire empire. How do we do that? Well, the way we do that is through projects. We create projects which represent some kind of continuous action, and then we allocate our resources to them. And then maybe we buy more resources to allocate. Maybe we get new ships, better equipment to kind of up the speed or the efficiency of that process. Either way, what we're ultimately trying to do is figure out what kind of sustainable operations we can create within this game world that can contribute to the economy and can make a profit for us. And that's exactly what the NPCs are doing right now. And that's exactly what I just showed you. So I'm going to come over here and just kind of look at what's going on right now. Now that we know that behind this low-level action, there's actually a high-level plan. It's kind of cool. We're finally seeing all the AI come together. You know, I've spent a lot of time on AI. A lot of it was very low-level stuff, like figuring out, you know, how to dock and sell something. And now a lot of time has been spent on figuring out how to create high-level plans and strategies, basically business strategies, the kinds of things that CEOs think about, or COOs as well. And that's embodied in the project interface. So those were pirates, actually. I'm just kind of shooting to show off the lighting. And so the next question is, okay, how does that interact with the marketplace? Because, I mean, in order to have a successful project, we have to be interacting in a positive way with the local economy. So I'm going to bring up this station. This is the center of the local economy. I'm going to bring up a trade interface for Altkite, which is the resource that is predominantly being mined here. It's also the resource that is being demanded by this planetary population. This is the new trade interface. Sorry, I should say commodities interface, because there's a difference between basic trade and advanced, like commodities trading. Just one second, I want to change the color because I actually didn't do a good job with color coordinating that interface, and it kind of requires that I have a certain color scheme. So I'm going to change to blue, and there we go, much better. Okay, so this maybe looks kind of scary, maybe looks kind of cool. It really depends on what kind of player you are. Some people are going to love this, some people are going to hate it. If you hate it, you don't have to deal with it, because again, this is for people who want to dig deeply into the economy and really be serious traders. What we have here is a graph, of course, of the price of a commodity over time. We've got some We've got some lines indicating things like exponential moving averages at different periods. We've got some bars indicating the open and close prices for any given interval. We've got a MACD metric, which is basically showing which direction, it's kind of a derivative if you know what that is, which direction the price is moving, and we've got a volume bar. Now I can actually pull up the list of buyers and sellers and see all of the orders that are placed at this market for that commodity. Now I can see there's a very big spread, and this is very natural. Some people are going to say, hey, I'm going to overprice my good, and you know what? If it becomes really demanded and the supply is dwindling, I'm going to make money. Now this guy down here, he's asking 4,000. That's probably not going to happen realistically, but you know, if it does, he's going to be rich. So that's kind of the way the NPCs think, and it's the way you could think too. I can also see a list of all the trades that are happening there. That's the middle bar. I'm going to try to place an order real quick because Altkite is going up very fast. Okay, so I've just submitted a bid because I want to buy it because it's going up very fast, and if I can buy some, that'd be great. Okay, I actually bought some because I lost 700 credits. Now I can't see it because I haven't implemented the storage interface. Currently my goods are in storage, so I just bought like, what was it, 3 or 4 units of Altkite, and they're stored on this station. I'm going to turn around and sell them for a pretty big profit because I think it looks like the price is going to keep going up, so I'm going to try to sell them for 500. It's going to be quite a nice profit if it works. Now this is a really, really rough interface. I'm still working on, of course, refining everything. This is more or less a developer interface at the moment. I mean the part where I'm submitting bids and asks. I'm not sure what happened actually. It looks like my ask didn't go through because I would be substantially richer than I am now. I can't see it on the list. Anyway, I'm not sure what happened there. I've successfully done it many times before, but looks like this time I'm honestly just not sure what happened. Did my order get lost, or did I not buy it in the first place? Anyway, a lot of work to be done on that interface, but I think this is going to excite some of you who are serious like economics buffs and like the idea of being able to trade commodities just you know, on the basis of being within a dynamic marketplace. That's going to be cool stuff. But enough of that. I mean, that's cool. And you have to remember, again, like that's cool stuff, but more importantly, it's the foundation that underlies all the activity that's going to be happening. So like, that's not necessarily just for you to have fun with. That's also helping the NPCs to understand, you know, what kind of projects are viable in any given environment. So keep in mind that, you know, even if you don't enjoy that piece of the game, it's helping create the living environment of LT. Okay, now we're going to set up our own project. I don't know if you saw what I just did, but I just stole a ship. So I have a little like cheat dev menu where I can do some things, and I just stole this mining ship. I just took it from the owner because there's currently no way to buy a ship yet. So I have to steal one if I want to set up a project, especially within the 20 minutes of this video. Unfortunately, that's a really ugly ship, and I don't like it. I'm going to steal a different one. Yeah, that's a big one. Okay. Sorry, little dude, but you're ugly. I don't... That was kind of mean, but it happens. By the way, that explosion sound, it's not supposed to be used for big ships. That's my fault. Don't blame the sound designers. I didn't have time to integrate that properly. It sounds good for small ships, I promise. Alright, let's go over here to this behemoth that I just stole. The owner's probably not happy about that, but he's an NPC, so he doesn't really care. Well, here you're seeing what I was talking about with collision disabled. This guy's got himself lodged in an asteroid. It's kind of cool. It's like a monument. It's like the, I don't know, it's symbolic, you know, the miner stuck in the asteroid. We got some pirates trying to take him out. Hey, leave my ship alone. He's mine now. Leave it alone. No, I'm not going to be able to do anything. That guy's huge. I can't hurt him. But my ship is huger, bigger, so doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm going to come in here and create a new project. Now, there are a lot of high-level projects that are going to be available to you because there's a lot of high-level gameplay in LT. Right now, of course, it all comes back to mining. So, going to create a mining project. Again, the project interface is pretty shabby at the moment, but it'll get better. If I drill into here, well, there's not really anything happening because, surprise, surprise, I just created it. By the way, time is being sped up, as you could probably see from that duration. So I haven't allocated anything, I haven't gained anything. Now I'm just going to click the ship and give him an order, tell him that, okay, you're allocated to that project. So I've just told him, basically, excuse me, you are to mine. You're supposed to mine. That's your job. You are part of that project. Now he's going to be considered as part of that mining project, and he's going to go to work. And I hope he's going to make me rich. Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll see. Do good. Do good, little buddy. I kind of want to follow him and see what he does. He's quite a bit faster than me. He has some big thrusters. We'll see if we can follow him here. Wow, there's... that pirate's still following him, trying to take him down. Good luck. There's a lot of mining going over here. This is like the hidden alcove. That's probably the wrong word. Of mining. Look at this. Ooh. Ooh, get him. Get him. Come on. Come on. You can't hit him? Lame. No, that's a tiny ship. Why are you... why are you wasting your time? You're not going to be able to hit him. And there goes my ship. Did he give up? I guess that asteroid got drained before he could get anything. And now he's going really far away again. You know what? I'm not interested. Nah, I'm not going to follow him everywhere. He can figure it out for himself. He's smart, kind of. Actually, I want to look at him for a second. So I'm going to use my dev tools to transfer over to him. Again, this is not something you can actually do. If you want to transfer ships, you need to be docked, or you need to have a carrier. More to come on that. So, this guy is fearlessly heading right towards the pirates. He's like, hey, I don't care, I'm bigger than you. And I want to mine. Wow. That pirate faction has lost a lot of money and not gained any. Good job. Let's hope this turns out to be profitable. That does not look like a... Someone just got killed there, and he's like, nope, don't care. I'm bigger than you. Very nice, very nice. What you got? 8? Really? 8? Come on. Not getting my money's worth, even though I stole it. Come on. I want to be rich. Right, whatever. I don't want to sit here and watch this because I don't think he's that good at mining, to be honest with you. I think I might have gotten ripped off on that deal. Anyway, let's go do something else. I have an interesting idea. Why don't we steal some more ships? This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. Look at this. Wow. So I'm looking at the owner of that project. He lost a lot of money because piracy is pretty rampant in this system. So in the future, we're gonna have concepts of security, and basically, you know, if there's a high piracy rate in a system and the owner of a project determines that it's a very risky project, he's gonna want to hire bounty hunters essentially to clear out pirates in that system. For now, that doesn't exist, so they're kind of struggling to make a profit against all these pirates. Okay, so I just stole 2 more ships. We'll see if we can make a profit here. Okay. Hopefully one of these guys... Hey, you. Hey! Keep going. Come on. Don't have all day. Make some money. Come on. What are you doing? It's like, okay. Bye-bye. Alright. Do good. Bye-bye. Oh, it's good to have land. By land, I mean ships. Great. So hopefully we'll make some money here soon. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, in the real game, you would have to buy these ships, and it would be much more rewarding than hitting a button that says Steal Asset. So, it'd be quite a rewarding experience to buy your first frigate and tell him to go mine. In my case, I've kind of just stolen them. you know, we don't have time to work up to that in 20 minutes. So, wow, that guy's 41. Not bad. Let's check out Big Daddy over there. Not really doing too well. 300 kilometers away, and he can't even mine. I'm not very impressed with him, to be honest with you. Well, hopefully someone else will pick up the slack, because I want to make some money. I want to be able to show that projects can make money. Come on, guys. For the sake of the dev update, we have to make some money. That's okay. We'll just sit here and observe the beautiful environment. I could go mine myself, but since player-side docking is not enabled, I wouldn't really be able to do anything. That's going to come soon. By the way, I didn't mention it yet, but have you noticed that the scale has increased? I tried to up the scale a little bit this month. As you know, we have a double precision engine now, so we can pretty much jack up the scale as much as our heart's desire. So the system should feel a little more epic in size, hopefully. And check that out. Altkite is on the rise right now, so it would be a really good time to sell if those miners could get their act together. Now you can see in this graph, if I zoom out, some periodicity in the long term, but it's nowhere near as chaotic or as predictable as it was last time. This is because I'm working actively to improve the intelligence of the NPCs when it comes to valuing things. So, you know, ideally, if you value something correctly, you're not going to create that kind of periodic dynamic of the marketplace. And it's not perfect yet, of course, but it's getting better. I really wish someone would... Oh, here we go. Here's my my mining barge. Look at that. He's finally gonna go make some money, hopefully. Now let's hope he prices it correctly. This is a good time to talk about pricing because I don't know what he's gonna do. Right now the AI is just using its own logic to determine what price he's gonna sell it at. In reality, when the project interface is completed, you're gonna have a lot of control over how you want to sell or store the outputs of whatever project that you set up. Let me see. Wow, it's... So my listings appear in green, and I can't even see any green on here, so clearly he probably asked like 4,000. You dummy. You weren't good at mining, and you're not good at pricing. You're worthless. Sorry, man, but... Oh, look at that. Zero income. Okay, so I'm not doing too well, but I'm determined to turn a profit. Oh, here we go. Got that other trader. Maybe he's smarter. Let's see if he prices things better. Yes. Oh, I see it. And it's still way too high. Why? My miners are very dead set on really cheating the planet out of its money. I don't think that trade's going to go through anytime soon, so I'm kind of stuck being broke. Yeah. Oh well, that's life, you know. As I was saying, in the real project interface, you're going to have control over what happens with, for example, the ore that gets mined, or for any other project, the outputs. You know, like if you're producing something or researching something or constructing something, you're going to be able to say like, okay, we can sell it within this price range, or you can say, I want to just store it at the station. You know, if you're going to use it as an input to another project, or you want to just save up some ore for some big construction project that you have in mind, you can do that too. So that'll all be part of the project interface. You'll have more control over the automation that happens with respect to projects. Right now, that doesn't exist, and the AI is just doing its thing. And so far, we've not been very successful. The other miners in the system are a lot smarter than the ones that I chose to steal. That's a shame. Okay, here's my last hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. And oh, overpriced again. Good job, guys. Good job. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. Oh! Sorry, that was too loud. But Look at that, we made 7,000. He actually did not overprice it. In fact, I think he underpriced it, but at least it sold. It sold immediately. Well, that's better than never selling because we finally made some money. And as you can see on that project interface, we're in the green. Even though I stole all the assets that I used to make that money, we made money. Great. Good job. And that was all automated, so that's cool. High-level gameplay, automation, stuff, you know, controlling your empire without you having to micromanage it. Very, very good. I think that is a positive note on which to end this update. And I'm sorry for it going so long, but I was excited. Thank you guys for watching, and you know what to do. Tune in next month because I'm sure I'll have some more goodies for you then. Appreciate your support. Come on the forums if you want, and have a good month. See you guys.